Hello, everybody. Welcome to the ZNC podcast, where we drink and think of pickle juice every time we screw up.
I'm already half down a job. We barely even started.
How much did you screw up?
I didn't know how to turn on my my computer, so I just downed half a jar of pickle juice. That's just how it started.
Why are you just downing pickle juice? That's no.
You're telling me you don't down a jar of pickle juice whenever you can't turn on your PC?
Well, why is that the very first thing you think of doing anytime you try to turn on your PC? What?
Listen.
All right. Well, today's topic. Well, yes, I wanted to talk about video games. Are there any video games you have? You are near and dear to your heart.
Yes, I got a few. One of them being Dragon Ball Raging Blast 2 for the Xbox 360. What about you?
I don't believe you.
What? 1v1 me.
You're not gonna just. I was expecting you to start talking about Raging Blast 2.
Oh, I didn't know if you wanted to say yours and then we just take turns talking, but I could explain Raging Blast 2.
I mean, explain why it's so near and dear to you.
Okay.
Don't just 1v1 me right away.
you want to talk trash about my game?
1v1 me. 1v1 in Raging Blast 2.
I'll buy an Xbox 360 and buy a capture card just for it. Growing up, I guess, I had an Xbox 360. I didn't have much games, but I was a huge Dragon Ball Z fan. When my cousin got me Raging Blast 2. Super fun. The campaign for it, like the storyline, really fun. You get to unlock Super Saiyan 3 Broly, Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. If you watch the movie, you get a secret unlock character. One of the missions that pissed me off, the one that pissed me off the most, was the one where you were Vegeta and you had to fight Android 16, 17, and 18 on 1 HP.
Yep. You couldn't get hit.
Yeah, you messed up one time and that was game. That was just game.
You're done.
Dude, I don't know how much controllers I went through on that mission.
Especially since you gotta like use the joystick for the beam clashes or whatnot.
Yes, exactly. And not only that, it's like I'm trying to charge up, and then they key blast me. I'm dead. I'm gone. Yeah. The missions was very good. They reanimated the movie that was in it. Because the movie came out a long time ago, and then they reanimated it for the game, which was really nice. And then I just have really fond memories of playing with my cousin, my brother, all of them. Raging Blast 2 was the first game that actually got me into fighting games. I had Soul Calibur and all that, but I just didn't like it as much.
What's wrong with Soul Calibur?
I kept getting winged out, not gonna lie. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I kept getting winged out.
That sounds like a skill issue to me.
I was lagging.
You're lagging on a local game, huh?
Dude. I was playing on one of those old TVs where you have to plug in the red, yellow, and white cables. One of them was loose, okay? I was lagging.
The red, yellow, and white cables.
Dude, I'm old, I know.
Yellow, if I recall correctly, yellow is the sound.
Yep. Red is right, white was left hearing.
Yep.
Yeah.
What?
Yellow was the video input, and then red was right, white was left, I believe.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, that wasn't bad. How do you lag off of the VGA cables?
What's your favorite game?
Well, I wasn't talking about my favorite game because I have too many games I like. But a game that is near and dear to me that I grew up with is Sonic.
Ooh, Sonic. What do I like about Sonic?
I don't know. You tell me.
The Hedgehog and his voice. I didn't know an octave could be that high.
You asked me. You asked me straight up. What do I like about Sonic? I'm like,
Oh,
what?
did I say that? I thought I said, what do you like about Sonic? My bad.
I was like, I don't know what you like about Sonic. You tell me.
Sonic Unleashed was probably one of my favorite games. I know it's underrated. I know that most people don't like it, but it was pretty fun.
It is not underrated.
It does not
It is
get as
rated
much
where
love.
it is rated where it belongs.
No, it needs to be top 10 Sonic games, top 5, number 2 spot, at least.
It is not a number 2 spot.
Dude, the comments under this thing is gonna go wild.
The Sonic Unleashed final boss is trash.
Dude, it took me so long to beat him.
You have to be at full speed at all times, and you have to hit the final boss. How many different times? Like 8 different times.
Sorry, am I hearing a skill issue?
You're not hearing a skill issue. You're just hearing terrible game mechanics.
Oh, man. So tell me, why is Sonic your favorite game?
It's not my favorite game. It is a game that I grew up with. You know, everybody grows up with, like, Samus, Mario, or the Nintendo.
I was gonna say,
I grew up with
a good one.
I grew up with a Sega Dreamcast and Sonic.
Yeah.
And a GameCube, but we don't talk about that.
I like the GameCube. They have a Pac-Man game where you're like walking around, Pac-Man Adventures, I think. Oh, that was so good.
Pac-Man Adventures. Tell me more about that.
Okay, I see you don't want to talk about Sonic. But
I never heard of Pac-Man Adventures until now.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's see.
I never thought that there was a Pac-Man where you could walk around like that.
GameCube Pac-Man. I'm looking this up because I'm pretty.
Why are you?
It's called Pac-Man
up?
World or something like that.
Pac-Man World.
Yeah, Pac-Man World. 2 is the one I played growing up. So like you got legs and arms, and you walk around the world eating.
Ew.
Shut up.
Ew.
Shut up. And you eat the yellow orbs, and then you eat a big shiny yellow orb, and there's monsters like there's ghosts, there's other creatures. One of my favorite levels was one where you had to ice skate. Oh man, this is bringing back so much memories. Holy shoot!
What the hell is that big ass bullet thing?
What one?
I'm sending it to you. I looked up Pac-Man 2.
Pac-Man World 2.
Pac-Man World 2. Sorry.
Thank you.
What the hell is this?
I'm waiting for it to send.
Since you're such an expert at this game. What is that?
Let me look. Dude, that's a ghost. That's the mechanical ghost. You have to like eat power-ups, and then it turns blue, and then you gotta like punch it a few times.
It looks like a worm.
Hey, don't do that. Don't do that to him, okay?
Would you love the ghost if it was a worm?
I don't even know if I'd love myself if I was a worm. But yeah, dude, looking up images for this game is so good. They have ice skating.
Why are you so obsessed with the ice skating?
Because it's one of the ones. Whenever I got the game, I thought walking around and all that was super fun. And there's this map where like you're on water on bridges and you have to make your way across. But it was like fun. But the ice skating part was the part that I had the most fun on, because like you're ice skating down this mountain and you're going through like caves and stuff, and then you have icicles falling down from the ceiling that could kill you. And that, yeah, there's just so much to this game that I want to buy a GameCube and revisit.
I just gotta say that this looks like a bastardization of Pac-Man to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you an image that is in the game that they recreate the original game in the game that, but you're just walking around instead of a floating cheese ball.
Why?
And don't worry, people who's watching the podcast, I will be putting up images
No,
of
you
what
won't.
he. Oh, okay, guys. Damn. Okay. Zect gave me the no for that, so we're not gonna see any images. You guys gonna have to look this up on your own discussion.
At your own discretion. Okay, so next thing, games you despised as a child.
You didn't even tell us why you liked Sonic. If I'm being honest, games I
Fine. We'll talk about Sonic. If you really want to talk about Sonic, we'll talk about Sonic.
I would enjoy that very much, kind sir. If you could tell me your love for Sonic.
I will give you a little smidgen of Sonic lore.
Okay.
Got it?
Okay.
Understood?
Got it.
You need more examples?
One more.
How's that?
Pretty good. I guess games I hate.
Why did you call me out for that bit?
Listen, that's staying in. You're gonna have to live with that's your explanation on why you like Sonic so much. Everybody's gonna know.
Okay, we can actually talk about Sonic for once. I was just fucking with you.
I kind of figured that's what you're doing, so I was like, you know what?
You just kept on going along with it. In my head, I'm like, what is he hearing that I'm not?
I spoke to your soul, man.
You sounded like you're about to cry.
Listen, when you told me why you like Sonic and how much it touched you as a
It never touched me.
as much as you fell in love with it as a
I
as a
never
child,
fell in love.
your soul's telling me something completely different.
I don't think you're talking to my soul.
I look down and I see my soul. Oh, my inner child!
Oh!
Get out of me!
Well, yeah, no, I grew up playing the original Sonics, even though like Sonic 1, Sonic and Tails, Sonic and Knuckles, those games were fundamentally what I played as a child. I just loved playing through those games over and over and over, especially the different gameplay styles with Sonic and Knuckles. That is the one that I remember the most. Is Sonic and Knuckles, and how those two were pretty much just fighting each other throughout the whole game, and how they became friends at the end. Whenever Knuckles realized he's been betrayed by Dr. Eggman for the Master Emerald.
Oh no. Eggman, an evil man, betraying people? I don't believe it.
But there is one game that will live in infamy for me. It's not Sonic Unleashed. It's Sonic Adventure 2, if I recall correctly.
The number one spot.
Or maybe it wasn't Sonic Adventure 2. Maybe it was Sonic 06.
The number one spot. The game you hate the most is the game I love the most.
You liked Sonic 06?
If I'm being honest, I've only ever played a handful of Sonic games. I think my favorite is Sonic Heroes.
Oh yeah, Sonic Heroes is a great game. Don't get me wrong. You said I just don't have the most memories about it. I remember playing Sonic Racing R was a lot of fun. Sonic Heroes was one of the best games that I played. If I recall correctly, Sonic Heroes has Metal Overlord in it. If you remember who Overlord is.
Yeah.
You say that, but you make it seem like you don't.
I said yeah, didn't I?
Then who's Metal Overlord?
He is a metal man who's evil. He's an overlord.
He's evil.
It's in the name.
It's Metal Sonic, but his final transformation.
Oh.
Because he transforms into like a Neo Metal Sonic, and then after that, with the Chaos Emeralds, he transforms into Metal Overlord, and he's like a big ass dragon.
Oh. I think I've seen that. I just never played it. If you know what I mean.
You sure?
In Sonic Heroes?
Yeah, he's the final boss.
I don't think I made it that far. If I'm being honest, and this is gonna be a little shout out to your little channel. If you guys go over to Zectorian, he plays a game on his YouTube channel. Sonic Adventures? Oh, what game are you playing?
Sonic X Shadow Generations, and I'm not playing it anymore. I finished it.
Oh, he finished it. But in one of his episodes, he does this mission where you're playing as like in that pinball machine. In Sonic Heroes, I was obsessed with that, like with Amy and all them, and like going around just hitting the things and like playing pinball in that arcade world or whatever.
You just never beat the game.
Dude, I loved it, man. It was just so fun. I don't think I beat it though.
Yeah, basically in Sonic Heroes, there's like the 6 different teams, like Team Sonic, Team Amy, Team Shadow, Team Chaotix, or whatnot.
Yeah, I remember all of that.
And so all the teams, except for Team Chaotix, all the teams are going after Eggman. And at the end of each campaign, it turns out Eggman was not Eggman. It was Metal Sonic impersonating as Dr. Eggman. And as Team Chaotix, and I believe they're the final team you get. I believe they're the last team you unlock. And this another part of Team Chaotix that is very near and dear to me is that all these teams of Sonic Heroes, they're all trying to save the world. They're all trying to further their own plot points. Team Chaotix is just trying to pay rent.
They're just trying to make it to the next month.
That's all they're trying to do. All they are, I believe they're a detective agency, if I recall correctly. and they just take gigs, and they got hired by a customer to, go and save him, because the customer is like, hey, I'm hurt, I've been kidnapped, come save me. And Team Chaotix, their whole thing is like, we need to pay rent.
I'll do it if you give me $500 for this month's rent.
$500.
500 buckaroos.
And then at the end of their campaign, you find out that their customer is the actual real Dr. Eggman. Because Dr. Eggman was kidnapped by Metal Sonic and pretty much locked away.
Really?
Yeah.
I have not played that game as well as I thought I did. Dude, I remember the missions with Sonic and like going to the jungle and then like going up the mountains and the haunted mansion or house or whatever. And you're over here talking like a whole different game. I don't even know what you're talking about, bro.
It's Sonic Heroes. It's a great game.
I have jumped dimensions.
You have jumped dimensions. Yeah, and then after Team Chaotix, all the teams come together and they fight Metal Overlord. Metal Sonic, Neo Metal Sonic, who transformed into a dragon.
Oh.
And it's a really cool fight. It's a really good fight. I enjoyed it. And that's another thing that I enjoyed about Sonic X Shadow is that you get to fight Metal Overlord again, but instead of Sonic, you get to fight him as Shadow, and it's a lot of fun. I really, really enjoy it.
Nice. Yeah, I've never gotten that far.
You never gotten that far. What?
I don't I don't think I have, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, so it's up the issue I had with Sonic X Shadow Generations is that it's a really, really short game for such a high price point, and the Sonic Generations boss battle is just not worth it. The final boss battle was a slug. You had to go through so much for like no reason, and it took forever to
Beat
actually beat the Sonic Generations. Or the Shadow Generations final boss battle was a lot of fucking fun.
it. The two different comparisons.
It was a lot of fun. All the boss battles in Shadow Generations was a lot of fun. Albeit, if you were to watch me play it, I wasn't really as cohesive as I'd like because I was just kind of like in awe of each. I was just going through nostalgia.
Yeah, I probably would too if I actually played the games. Like when I was talking about like Pac-Man and Dragon Ball Raging Blast, and you over here telling me a whole like 5 different games, but it's all one game. It's crazy.
It's I enjoy Sonic and the Sonic Shadow album. I really, really do enjoy him.
Oh
So
my god was
moving
just
on.
passing out. Games we
So moving
hate.
games we hated with a passion.
Left 4 Dead 2. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. Everybody, don't hate me. Dragon Ball Z Connect. Hated it. Played it. Wanted my money back. It was so trash, dude. Like I was never able to do Kamehameha. No Gallic guns. I couldn't even charge up. When I threw a punch, my guy just blocked. I could not do it. I was getting frustrated with the Connect. So I went to Connect what is it? Island or whatever, and like I got
Mhm.
fit. That was so much better. Connect Fitness or whatever was so much better than Dragon Ball Z, dude. It was trash.
Mine is going to be a little bit more of a
My next one's gonna be a hot take.
controversial.
Yeah, I know. Mine too. Mine too. You go first.
I did not like Sly and Cooper.
I love
I
Slime Cooper. That was a really
I
cool
I,
one.
I did not enjoy it. I did as a child. I could never beat it. It pissed me off, and I never liked it. Straight up, I never liked Sly Cooper.
I
I
love Sly Cooper. I played all of them.
well, good for you.
Thank you.
I I know for a fact if I were to play it nowadays, it'd be fine. But back in the day, I just could not get behind the anthropomorphic animals and whatnot. And even though one of my favorite games is Ratchet and Clank,
I
but
That's one of the games I hate. I've never got into it. I played
we can't be friends.
okay guys, I'm hopping off the podcast. Hope you guys enjoy. Bloop. You can still see my hat. That doesn't walk. Well, people who's just listening, you guys just heard me go bloop. People who are watching just see me try to leave screen under and my hat just peeks up. Psycho, why don't you like that game?
It just felt like it was trying to do too much. Just straight up, it did not feel as cohesive as a game that I liked back in the day. It just felt like you tried to be too much of what it was, if you get what I mean.
Uh, to an extent, I do. Like, I get that it's like it has a lot to it, but for me as a kid playing as Sly Cooper, and also I hated the. Let's see, there was the turtle that I absolutely loved, but it's the other guy. There's Sly Cooper the cat. No, raccoon. My bad, guys. Um, the turtle that I adored, and then there was one other guy that I didn't like.
The hippo.
There you go. You could tell I didn't like him because I didn't remember anything about him. Yeah. the next, you want me to give
Because
my gum? Oh, go ahead.
what I remember Sly Cooper about, Sly Cooper had such a different type of play style. It was weird. From time to time, you get like different types of mini games with different types of play styles. I enjoyed the part where you're on the overworld and you're like sneaking around people. But all of a sudden, next thing you know, you're the turtle and you're playing Five Nights at Freddy's.
Listen, Five Nights at Sly Cooper's was hard.
It was. You gotta look at cameras. Send the hippo to go beat some guys. And you gotta keep on looking back and forth, trying to see where people coming in from. You know.
Yeah, I agree. I think I lost that mission quite a bit of times, if I'm being.
It's a really hard mission.
Yeah, I remember vaguely and kind of vividly at the same time of every time I would lose that, I just like put down the controller or like yank it out of the PS2. Like, fuck, man.
Had to put it down, get up, look in the mirror, just debate your life choices as a 6-year-old.
Yeah, like, dude, I was like, I've never like I live rent free right now. I have no bills, and I'm over here stressing because I can't tell the hippo not to move.
Why the fuck are you moving?
I said they're coming. Stop moving, you hippo guy. Jesus.
You piece of shit! Come on!
You call yourself a robber when you can't listen to simple instructions?
And look how randomly you'll be playing the game, and then it's like, okay, you're playing the game of Sly Cooper. You're feeling all badass. Next thing you know, you're a guy in a wheelchair.
Listen, whenever you're like, I just can't. I can't explain it. There's something fancy about being a hippo, and then and then being in a wheelchair like 2 seconds later. It was magical for sure.
It was such the immersion break as a young child. I just because as a young child, I did not pay attention to the lore. I did not pay attention to what they said. All I know is that I went into a room, and next thing I know, I'm a turtle in a wheelchair.
Yeah, the one thing I hated about Sly Cooper, and it's like top 10 in my favorite games of like childhood memories of Sly Cooper. I hated that I got so used to playing as Sly, running on the maps, doing his thing, and then just switching to like a hippo or switching to the guy in the wheelchair or that turtle. It was like, it's like I want to be Sly all the time.
And the issue with it too, though, is that you never play as them a lot. You only play with them like 20 minutes at a time, if that. And then the other 4 to 5 hours in between those sections, you're Sly Cooper. And then you'll play as this one guy, and you're like, I don't remember how he moves. I don't remember how far I can jump. I can't climb a wall all of a sudden,
You're telling me I can't pop a willy in this thing? Yeah. Sly Cooper was one of my favorite games growing up, especially on the PS2. One of the games I hate, and you know this from experience, especially some other friends, they would ask me to play this game. No. The answer was always no. And then you know what game I'm talking about just from that. Overwatch and Overwatch 2. Guys. Not a good game. The beta?
Why go like like you're cooking something?
Dude,
like
I'm cooking. Let me cook. Dude, so first off, the beta, super fun, fast paced, super cool. When the game released, it didn't have what the beta had, and they, to me, felt like they slowed it down just a little bit. Kind of
it didn't have that same kind of magic.
Yeah, it didn't. And I played Overwatch 1 for like 2 months, maybe pushing 3 months, and I just couldn't get into it after the beta. And I played the beta like every day I had the beta, I was playing Overwatch. Then Overwatch 2 came, and I was like, I'll give this a shot. Maybe they tweaked it, maybe they a bit. Nope. Same game. Same game. That's all it is. And I was like,
Well,
okay,
the games are quicker though.
yeah, the game's all quicker, but not not beta good.
It's not like Marvel Rivals anymore.
Dude, Marvel Rivals is so good. So people who hate Marvel Rivals but love Overwatch, I don't know what to tell you because Marvel Rivals is just a superior game, and it's only been out for a couple months.
I just gotta say, in my honest opinion, I think you liked the beta on Overwatch first because it because nobody knew how to play it back then. Nobody knew how to play. Everybody felt overpowered, regardless of who you picked. You're always gonna have a good time.
Yeah, nobody was balanced. That's the thing. Nobody was like, it was very chaotic, the same way as Marvel Rivals is.
And with Overwatch 1 coming up, people were way better. People got a lot better at the game, and it got a lot more balanced. And you're like, well, now I feel like I gotta.
Chief.
And now I feel like I gotta play a specific character. I don't want to play a specific character. I like to swap my characters around every now and then.
Overwatch 1, Mercy main. Overwatch 2 came out, Mercy main. Marvel Rivals came out, Wolverine, Iron Fist, Star-Lord. I was Mantis. I even play Doctor Strange sometimes. Like, it's so much fun.
Because every pick is viable.
Mm-hmm.
Rather than you got to pick one person over and over and over, or else you're throwing your match.
Yeah. Yeah, if somebody doesn't pick the right healer to counteract people, or if somebody's not picking the right tank to like try to diff the other team, it's down.
Try to diff the other team. What's it going to be?
I'm going off what you tell me. These are things you. I'm reading the script.
I'm reading the script. Just grab some random piece of paper in your room.
Listen. I'm reading the script.
There is no script.
I know. This is the good thing about a podcast.
If there was, it'd be funnier. You're just gonna take that?
No, I was gonna extend that and have a moment of silence. We're gonna have like background music and everything, and then as soon as you say that, emptiness. Just the video of us. Empty.
3 hours later.
So what's your favorite second favorite game? No, after 3 hours of just being quiet.
Are there any games you grew up with?
Oh, I was just about to ask the same thing.
Well, I told you the game that I grew up with.
Well, yeah, Sonic, but I was gonna say like franchise that you stayed growing up with, because mine would be Halo with 360, Elite, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and PC now. But what was your question? We'll go back to that one.
My question was, is there any games you grew up with?
Mario. Nintendo 64, I started with Dr. Mario, then Paper Mario, Super Mario 64. Stopped playing it for a bit until we got a DS, a Wii, and I grew up playing the Mario games. I've never played the ones for the Switches though, like Mario Maker or any of the new Galaxy Marios. I think they're still making.
Why not?
I don't know. I just haven't. I've owned a Switch for like 3 months. I played Animal Crossing, and that was it. I sold the Switch. I guess another game
is just that bad.
No, I didn't beat the game. You can't beat the game as per se, I guess. But like I got far into it. I just found myself letting it collect dust more than playing it compared to the other consoles I had.
Understood.
Another game I grew up playing, and this is a game I kind of like. I don't want to say it because it's gonna make me sound so stupid now. Zelda. I love the Zelda games. I played Breath of the Wild. I didn't play the new one because that's whenever I had the Nintendo Switch. I had Animal Crossing, Breath of the Wild, and another.
Who's your favorite character?
Well, Well, the main character, obviously, Zelda, the one that goes around the map, kills everybody. No, um, my, I would have to say my
Wait,
favorite
which,
character. I know
he's
Zelda's the
gonna grow
princess.
like
Oh, yeah, I did. I played it on the GameCube,
which one?
DS's. My favorite one is Twilight Princess. Whenever you
And
get to
what happens in
transform.
there?
Um, I forget how it starts because it's been so long. But I remember being in prison, turning into a wolf, escaping, or something like that. And then you're just running on the map as like Zelda, not Zelda, Link, who can transform.
Zelda.
I'm getting cooked. This is it. I knew I'd sound stupid bringing this one up. You walk around the map as Link, and I forgot the premise of the game. It's been so long. I played it on the GameCube years ago, and that's my favorite Zelda game.
All right.
What about you? What's
And what's the game I grew up with?
yeah?
I already told you, Sonic.
Well, I
But
was
another
hoping.
game.
There you go. There you go.
You gonna let me finish?
Nope.
Understood. So another game that was near and dear to me that I grew up with was Final Fantasy and the Kingdom Heart games.
Ooh,
I
nice.
why'd you make it sound like you got hurt whenever I said that?
I love Final Fantasy, but I've only played like 4 of their games. It's a good game franchise. I've never played a whole lot of it though. Well, I'm like, yeah, and then I'm like, I didn't play enough to like comment on this.
So we're gonna be talking about Final Fantasy Raging Blast 2 Crisis Core 3.
We're gonna be talking about Final Fantasy World 2 Raging Blast Sly Adventures Heroes. You know.
You know, the
go out of
first
Photoshop.
one.
Yeah.
The very first one.
Yeah. This one's crazy, guys. It goes hard. You thought Fortnite was crazy with the collabs? You should see this game.
Final Fantasy is one of those types of games where it's just like Call of Duty. They just never stop making more games.
And unlike Call of Duty, it's good games.
The biggest thing I love about it is the storylines. Albeit, I remember playing all the other Final Fantasies as a child. I remember playing Final Fantasy 7, 6, 5, 4, and 10, 10 2.
I remember when
But I remember...
Oh, continue. Sorry. Didn't mean to cut
Go
you
on.
off. I was going to say, I remember
Go
when
on.
we did a Couch Potato. I think we streamed it. Old Twitch doesn't exist anymore, so you guys probably won't see it. Me and Zect streamed Final Fantasy 14 when it came out. And remember at night when it was dangerous because of the demons, but these were demons.
Demons.
It was a good inside joke with me and Zect. But continue.
It was, with Noctis and all them.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. When with it, I enjoyed all the different types of Final Fantasies and their stories, and I feel like that's what a lot of games are missing nowadays. It's all about a gimmick. Every game has a gimmick nowadays, or they're following a viral gimmick, like the Lethal Company gimmick.
Yeah,
you got like Murky Divers, Nuclear. No, Nuclear Winter really isn't like it, but still, there's a bunch of different games that have the Lethal Company gimmick, or like Among Us. There's a thing that has Among Us, like there's a Lockdown Protocol, or like Call of Duty, NBA 2K. Everything has a gimmick. There's not many good story games coming out lately, and I genuinely sort of miss that. I say that, but somebody in the comments is going to be like, "Hey, have you not heard about The Witcher?" But I'm talking about, like, I remember as a young child, a young Zect, every game had a story. It wasn't all about a gimmick or like a specific play style. Every game had a good story.
Yeah, and there's like games where it's like the same genre to an extent, and they did it completely different and unique to that game franchise. Like, you don't really see much nowadays.
People are afraid of experimentation nowadays. People are afraid of doing something different or creating a story. It feels like everything's just kind of cookie cutter. Make a game out there as fast as possible.
Yeah, especially with
and
all these games coming out with a whole bunch of bugs and day one patches, a week later patches and stuff.
and I get why there's patches nowadays, because every game wants to be a bigger, better game with hundreds of places to go, open world. But we don't need anything to be open world. All we need is something to have fun with, something we can vibe with, something we can understand.
Wanna know what's an open world game that I'm excited for?
Hmm.
That's coming out? Doom. That one's going to be pretty cool, in my opinion. I think it's actually going to be really cool.
Go on.
Oh, that's all. That's all I have to say about it. It's an open world game that I'm excited for. Since I love the Doom franchise, don't ask me anything about it. I'm gonna sound like an idiot, just like Zelda. But I do like myself a good Doom game, and playing it in open world would be so much fun.
I'm just kind of sad Doom guy got married.
Okay, see, now I'm gonna sound stupid because I did not know that.
I went from happy.
Doom guy got married. Doom guy married Isabel.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh my god, shut up.
What?
I just got the connection. He married Bella because they came out at the same time. Me.
It's actually canon. It is canon.
And now it looks stupid.
It is canon that they're married.
Is it?
Yes.
Doom guy is into fuzz. Interesting. Awkward silence though, guys. That's gonna be extended.
I was looking it up.
What game that you have well going up, what game did you get frustrated with the most while playing? Like a good game that got you frustrated.
06 Sonic.
Oh, nice. I was gonna say
I'm not.
Go ahead.
And people will understand this to me. Understand what I mean by that. But 06 Sonic, you could get hard locked out of the game. Just straight up, you could get hard locked out of the game. Oh yeah, whenever you fight Silver, and in 06 Sonic, because Silver gets introduced in 06 Sonic. And you fight Silver as Sonic. And Silver's ability is that he can grab you, pick you up, and throw you. And you get hard locked out of the game because you can't die. Because Silver could just decide, because the AI was buggy, he could just decide, hey, fuck you. I'm going to pick you up and throw you now 50 times in a row. Just straight up.
You're not getting past.
And there's just like nothing you could really do to, stop him from doing that. He's just gonna like pick you up and throw you. And I got hard stuck. Meaning I couldn't die. I couldn't do nothing because he picked me up, throw me against an invisible wall. And in the invisible wall, I'd lose a ring, because in Sonic, instead of losing, you lose a ring. And the ring would pop out of me. It would bounce a few times, and then I get picked up, and before he throws you, he picks you up and lifts you up into the air, holds you into the air for a few seconds, and then throws you. He picks you up, lifts you into the air. The ring would bounce off a wall, and then just bounce back to me, and then Sonic would automatically pick it up because I touched it.
And then Silver was like, yeah, fuck you, dude.
and then Silver would just throw me in the same exact place I was. And so I was in a loop. Anytime I got picked up, the ring would bounce back to me. I get the ring, and then I get thrown. And then since I have technically one ring on me, I couldn't die.
That sounds
And
very frustrating.
so all I heard was Silver's yelling at me. It's no use, over and over and over.
It's no use. Again.
I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna send it to you
Awesome.
over Discord.
Yep. Oh, well, I was, I would hope so.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you put it in that one.
It's no use!
And that is all I heard over and over and over for like an hour straight.
It's no use.
Because anytime he picks you up, that is what he says. It's no use.
What a treat. What a treat.
It's I was pissed off. And then even when you get past Silver, because I believe you play as Sonic, and then you go through the Shadow campaign. And after you play the Shadow campaign, guess what unlocked?
Silver
campaign.
Ah.
And so you get to the same fight. You get to the
and then Sonic fucks you over.
And then anytime you use that ability where you yell, it's no use, Sonic just breaks out of it.
You just didn't know the controls. That's all.
like he just breaks out of it. And I'm like, what? This is supposed to be easy.
What is this?
Fuck you, Sonic. It's no use.
How dare you break free when I cannot?
It's annoying. And then I learned not too long ago that there is a way as Sonic in that Silver fight to with that ability to be able to get out of bounds. Even though I myself didn't happen to me, but still.
Yeah. For me, one...
Go on.
I was gonna say.
I was just clearing my throat.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you had more to say. For me, good frustrating game that I played with, and Zek here will have a good memory of these. Is growing up, I used to go to my friend's house, and he'd have this game called Red Faction Guerrilla, or Red Faction, whatever it's called, and we would 1v1 who could do the most damage. I don't think I've won. And he's like, Zek would be like, you gotta use a sledgehammer, bro. And he would beat me. Like, we did sledgehammers only, he'd win. We do grenades only, he'd win. And he'd be like, you're not hitting it, well, you need to hit it. So I'd watch how he plays, and I'd do the same thing, and he'd win. I don't know, Zek did Red Faction was just crazy.
You said the funniest part about that is that the sledgehammer was the worst weapon to break things.
I know. And I just don't know how you did it. Yeah, Red Faction Guerrilla.
Yep.
Dude, that game was just... It was something.
I never finished that game.
I remember playing the remastered version of the game, but I don't think I finished it either.
I was so close. I was at the final thing. I was at the final place that I needed to free from the company, because if I recall correctly, Red Faction is about like a corporate greed, and you're trying to like bring up a rebellion, a resistance.
Yeah.
And I was finally at the last country, and then my game corrupted, and I'm like, now I don't care.
I don't give enough to go forward with this.
I don't really care anymore. And I genuinely had fun with it. There was Red Faction Guerrilla, and then there was a second one that came out. I believe it was like Armageddon.
Yeah, that was the blue title one.
And Armageddon was such a disappointment to me. It was such a big fucking disappointment. Because instead of being open world, you're like fighting aliens. You're fighting aliens, and it's mission to mission. You're going from point A to point B while fighting aliens. And it's just... It didn't have the same type of charm as Red Faction Gorilla.
Yeah.
Because in Gorilla, everything was breakable. You could break anything. You can make anything like... You could make everything a desolate wasteland if you wanted. In Armageddon, you could not. You were not able to break anything, break everything. And yes, once you beat the game, you get a special cool little weapon, which is a unicorn that farts out rainbows. I'm not even joking. And it's a really powerful weapon too. But seeing that weapon kind of traumatized me as a child.
I would kind of agree. If seeing a weapon of a unicorn just shitting out rainbows.
It kind of traumatized me as a child because like whenever you reload it, it's like panting and like you're petting its hair, and then it gets up, and then you just gotta keep on going. I'm like, ew.
Everything's fine. Everything's a-okay.
Who gave this rainbow unicorn diarrhea?
Why does it haunt people?
Mm-hmm.
Well, with that being said, if you want to close out the podcast.
This has been ZNC Podcast. We appreciate you for coming, listening, and having fun with us. It's been a wonderful time. And until next time, this has been Zect, and I've been here with
the Chicken God, also known as Hound.
And we'll see you next time. Thank you for coming.
Bye-bye. Hope you guys enjoyed.